Hey guys, sorry for looking so rough. I think the quarantine is really getting to my head. Um, and so much so that I thought that today was Wednesday, but in reality it was Thursday, and this assignment was due yesterday, so sorry about that. But when I think of an event that changed the way I thought about things or, the direction of my life and things like that, I think of the time that my grandpa died. My grandpa died when I was 11. My mom and my dad sat me down and said, Grandpa died. And I was like, okay. Well, obviously I wasn't like, okay, it was very sad. But I was able to, go through all those stages of grief until I was around 14, 15 years old. I was texting one of my friends and I was like, ha ha ha, you should just, kill yourself, being naive and not really thinking about it. But, obviously my dad saw that text and he was like, you know what, we're going to need to talk about this. Um, so he sat me down and he told me that my grandpa took his life. And so that was kind of a hard thing to deal with at that age. Um, it kind of put a lot of things into a different perspective for me. It made me be more in tune with the words that people were using. I didn't find those jokes funny anymore. I kind of cringed at the thought of me saying that because I just find that so disrespectful and wrong, because we have no idea what anyone is dealing with at any given time, regardless if they're sitting there smiling or laughing, because my grandpa always smiled and always joked around, but he hid what he actually had to deal with from the entire world. Um, and so, throughout middle school and high school, I was very in tune with the way people were acting and the words that they were saying. And some people called it unhealthy, but I have a few people right now that I still think about that, those late night conversations, they would stay up and they would talk about, wanting to take their lives and, not feeling worth it anymore. And we were able to talk through that and get through it. And now they're in, much better places. And that has nothing to do with me at all. It's just that event. It made me think. It made me want to change the way I thought about things. Um, and even now, obviously I'm a small group leader at church, and I lead sixth grade girls. And I'm very, very adamant with them about, we need to talk about the way you're feeling. If you're feeling, hurt, sad, mad, let's talk about it. Let's get through that. Anxiety is a very, very big wormhole. Let's dig through that. Let's get through this. Don't be afraid to talk to people. I'm obviously here to help you, and, my other co-leaders there to help them, but just that's something that's very big to me. It's a very big part of my life now. I like to make sure that we are, cognizant of the world around us, of the people around us. Everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has things that they're hiding. And so it's really big for me to be able to make connections with people and to talk with them and to get to know how they're feeling. And that's just how my entire life has been since that moment. Um, and I think people deal with those kinds of circumstances differently. I know, and I'm not saying that if, you've had a traumatic experience and you haven't been able to move past that, that you're in the wrong, because everybody deals with this differently, 100%. Me personally, when I go through experiences, for instance, like this, I like to look for a positive way. How can I learn from this hurt? What can I do to help other people? And that's really changed the way that I have an outlook on life. Life is really short. Why don't we love each other and help each other out and make sure that, life isn't cut short, as short as it is. But yeah,